morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope you're feeling fine. The sun is just above the hill. Another day for us to fill with all the things we love to do. Oh, can't you hear? It's calling you. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine.
Good morning. Today is October 6th. What is special about today? It is the day before my sister's birthday. What else is special about today? I don't have to be on phones. I have learned today that if you participated in overtime, mandatory overtime. So saying participated in mandatory overtime is kind of like if you did what you were supposed to do. Anyway, it doesn't matter. If you participated in mandatory overtime for 10 hours last week, then next week you don't have to do overtime. So I have options. I have options of whether or not I'm gonna do overtime next week. I am, because it would just be my regular 10-hour days. Come on. Just like I'm used to. I work 5 10-hour days a week. Also, we appear to have a fruit fly problem. So I need to get some apple cider vinegar. Get some apple cider vinegar and some dish soap, because I'm out. I'm looking for breakfast, but my breakfast is in the microwave. So I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. Probably nothing. Has it been a minute? I think so. I need to stir. I don't know what's in this oatmeal that makes it like it starts out soupy like this, but then after a little while, when you're mixing it up and it starts to cool down, it coagulates. What's that about? I don't even know. Do we have regular? We do. We have some cereals. I could have had cereals. Maybe I'll have cereals for lunch. I'm not sure. But, I'm on vacation every single day because I love my occupation, etc. I'm going back to work. Hi, good afternoon. It's lunchtime. Sometimes I like to spray my hair down because I just, I like to, but sometimes I'm lazy. So I'll get my hair wet in the sink. Maybe I want to save some time because it does take more time, like a couple minutes more to spray my hair down rather than just putting it in the sink. I do, however, I don't clog the toilet as much. I don't clog the sink as much if I spray it down. I'm not sure why. It's not like I'm in the sink for a long enough time for lots of hair to fall out, but whatever, I guess. I don't know. Today's a good day because we're off the phones. I am trying to knock out a lot of UC phone work. Since we all have our specialty tasks or whatever, I'm trying to become specialty in fee reviews. And I understand the majority of fee reviews. Are they correct? I hope so. Because I'm doing what I'm supposed to do per instructions and all that, and I give the directions what I'm supposed to do, but I don't know. There's no like double checker machine to tell me that's right, you know. So, but since they don't come back to me, they haven't come back to me, I guess I am doing them right. So over, when was it? Sunday? Monday. Sunday. I went to Walmart, as one does, because I was out of, like, hair goop, and I wanted to get one specifically, the Shea Moisture, I don't know, I forgot what it's called, I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, so I had to get some of that, so that's what's in my hair right now. And I also, sometimes, I didn't see anything good, or what looked good to try out, like a new thing. But I haven't been having any issues with my hair. The only issues I have with my hair are the ends. And that's because of the damage from bleaching. So, I know for a fact that I don't like the way my hair feels bleached after being bleached. So, I will not be doing that again. Look at my part. That's incorrect. All the way incorrect. What the heck? It's really, like, why is it a scoop like that? That's just weird. Okay, so we'll just kind of... Nope. There we go. That'll do it. So, yeah. Here's the thing, men. And when I say men, I obviously don't mean all men, but most men are big babies when they get sick. Russ is one of those men. And I say this because I'm like, okay, well, you need to take a shower. You can do the suggestions that I give you to make yourself feel better. I don't know if he's taken any medicine at all today. He actually called in. I heard him talking to his boss or whoever. That he has to actually talk to somebody and be like, I'm sick or whatever. So anyway, the boss is like, well, can you at least be on standby? I don't know what needs to be done that other people can't do, but I feel like it shouldn't be his responsibility to be on standby. He should be able to just be sick and get better. But anyways, I guess they don't have the numbers, staff, whatever, to cover him, which is really sad. Anyways, lunchtime. I had a bowl of cereal and I had something else. Tea. There was something else, and I can't remember. I don't remember anything. I suck. It's fine. Sometimes you just don't remember stuff. Ugh, whatever. Alright. Yeah, okay. Let's go to the kitchen. Okay, so I want to tell you a story. It's not my story, but it's a fun story anyway. So, I was up in Ladysmith, Labor Day weekend, right? Right. So, I was visiting with my friends, Charmaine and Lobster, with Jim. Anyway, Charmaine was telling me a story. So there was a night, super, super cold, very bitter cold. They were out doing, Jim and Char were out doing whatever it was they were doing. They came home, went to bed, whatever. They live in the country. Like there's, I would call it the country. They'd probably call it a town or whatever. Anyways, they're in a place where they don't lock their doors. They can feel safe enough to not lock their doors. So they come home, they go to bed, everything's fine. She goes to bed because Jim was doing something. I don't know. He was late. Anyway, she goes to bed. When she wakes up, she thinks she sees Jim sleeping on the floor. Says something, but the person doesn't respond. She realizes it's not Jim. So, ooh, scary, right? But her reaction, instead of pointing a gun at him and threatening him, she puts a blanket on this gentleman who was sleeping in the middle of their living room. She's like, all right, here's a blanket. The next morning, the man wakes up as she's like making breakfast, as she does. And she's like, oh, man wakes up. He's like, oh, thank you so much for not shooting me. Turns out he was on his way home. And he got locked out of his house. But then he had also been drinking. So instead of like driving around town or wherever, he was trying to locate somewhere to stay so that he's not driving drunk. Well, Jim and Char leave their door unlocked. He comes inside and just lays down, passes out on the floor because it's safer and it's not freaking freezing out. Because if he had stayed in his car, it was like one of those like negative whatever degrees outside. So if he had stayed in his car, he probably would have froze to death. Anywho, he needed to find a place to sleep. And for some reason, he got locked out of his house or whatever, and he couldn't get a hold of anybody. So he crashes there. And Char just puts a blanket on him. She even like, you want some breakfast in the morning or whatever. Like, this is how we should be doing things. So, I know, right, Kitty? And so, he just sleeps it off. She feeds him in the morning and sends him on his way. So a responsible person decides not to drive drunk or continue to drive drunk from wherever he was coming from, finds a place to crash, and thankfully it's with some people that are kind and generous and caring. And so the moral of the story is, you don't gotta shoot everybody. Sometimes they just gotta sleep it off. I did a really quick painting, and it's just like an abstract forest, I guess. A really undense fall. Here. So like it's a forest-ish, kinda. It has like 5 trees. That makes a forest, right? Just kidding. I was practicing anyway. Kitty, come on. Come on, Meow Meow. Well, come on. Come on. Thank you. All right, so I work with a lady who is becoming a Paul. And if you know about my Paul story, then you know. If you know, you know. So anyways, part of our job is to answer questions. We have multiple things in our job, doing forms, whatever. Answering questions from the customer service reps is one of the jobs. Okay? And this lady answered a question. I did not try to correct her in any way. Her answer was obviously correct. And the only thing I did was supply a resource link for the representative to reference for future purposes. It had been a minute or two since they had messaged with this with this rep, so I figured, okay, well, I'll just supply this just as an FYI. So I did. I said, just FYI, here's a link you can find that information at. And she messages me, Jenny, can you not go in behind me, behind my chats? Can you stop going in behind me, behind my chats? Or can you stop going in the chats behind me? Or however she phrased it. And I'm like, sorry, I didn't think it was a big deal. I won't do it again. My bad. Is what I said, basically. Because I really didn't think it was a big deal. And aren't we supposed to, I thought we were supposed to supply those links for knowledge purposes anyway. But she didn't. So I did. It's not like she was gonna. So if she was gonna, sorry, really, but to make like a big deal about it, Paul did the same thing, really stupid, petty things. He'd make a mountain out of a molehill, seriously. And I don't know. I just wanted to vent about that, because what the heck? I mean, I was just giving a resource link. You didn't. So I just did it. I wasn't correcting you or saying you were bad or anything. Seriously, you need to get the stick out of your butt. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And one of those is right. It's the evening. Miss Purdy just watches for no reason. Russ was eating queso, and he put jalapenos in his queso dip. He's trying to clear up his sinuses, I'm assuming. He said he feels like he's on the upswing. He would be on it. He just needs to take a goddamn shower. If you take a shower, it'll help you feel better. But he doesn't want to take this stupid shower. Ugh, some men, I tell you, they just like, quit being big babies. I'm not your mother, so I'm not gonna be like, here's a bowl of soup and whatever, Ugh. Okay, here's what I need to do. I need this. I'm gonna make some more ranch dip. Let me eat the rest of these chips. Upstairs. And it's nighttime. It's bedtime. It is nighttime, but it's also bedtime. It's about 9:15. Hi, kitty. Me. So, have yourself a good night, and tomorrow is Friday. Toodles.